What's going on, YouTube? Today we're going to be giving you a video on the market watch for February. Now, February is a little bit different because it was originally supposed to have an event that it no longer will be having, and that was going to have huge ripples throughout the entire month, and it was going to greatly affect the ESO economy. So it's going to be a little bit different this time, but stick around to learn about the ins and out, what happened to that specific event, what you should be doing with your dragon stuff that you've been getting this whole time, and all of the good bits in regards to that. We're going to be talking about all that today and more. And before we jump into the video, this is a quick reminder, if you wouldn't mind, like the video and subscribe. That would be really awesome if you would do so. And let's jump into the video. So unfortunately, I'm going to start us off with the bit of bad news, and that is the hardware update is delayed. And that is going to cause White Strake's Mayhem, Mid-Year Mayhem, the PvP event that gives you double AP and completely reshapes the economy for a little while. It is actually not happening right now because they're doing hardware updates. I'll spare you the update as far as the specifics, but basically the hardware that they need, it ain't here yet. That's causing some delays. They want to make sure that everyone's on the new hardware before they do a PvP event because, as you probably have experienced, you can be a little bit laggy sometimes, and this is definitely going to help the PvP experience. So I'm still excited for the hardware update, but unfortunately it has now seeped into its effects into the economy. So you're probably wondering, where does that leave us? I've got my list of things that generally sell well to kind of go briefly through with you guys, as I always like to show off this list, but I wanted to kind of point out something that I think is important, and that is specific to the Dragon event and the prices that are surrounding it. So I'm going to give you a bit of a real life example, because a common question that gets asked to me is, so the Dragon event is going on right now, so clearly I should not sell Crafty Alfiq, I shouldn't sell the motives, I shouldn't sell the furnishing plans that drop from there, I shouldn't sell Shimmering Sand or anything. I should hoard it all. And that's not necessarily true. Perfect example. I went to Target today, bear with me, and generally Target is overpriced. It's like Walmart's cousin who's got their whole life together. I generally go to Target because I'm bored and I need to figure out how I'm going to pass an entire hour lunch break. So I go to Target, I go over to the meat section, and their steaks are all on sale. In fact, they're not only on sale for buy one, get one 20% off, they were all half off because of the fact that they were, coming towards their expiration date in the next few days. So I bought some. Generally, you should never buy steaks from Target because they are overly expensive versus going to a traditional grocery store. But this is a perfect example, is people will generally on its face assume that because something is happening that they can't sell or they can't do this or they can't do that. Never assume, always check, because that's how the ESO economy flows. There are people right now who are buying those resources that you killed from those dragons. Are they buying it at a discount? Probably, but not necessarily, because they've needed it all year round for trials, endgame content, and other such content. So that doesn't affect their need for those items. That doesn't affect their desire for those items. In fact, sometimes there's a little more desire because people who have not seen these items before looking at them and going, Crafty Alfiq's a good set. I do need some Dragon Ream. I could use some Dragon's Blood. So that's my quick kind of pointers when it comes to selling event items. I think that we always assume that you can't sell event items either during an event or just after an event. And generally that is true. 30 days to 45 days after the event ends, when the trader refresh hits, a lot of times that is the best time to sell these items, but don't assume. And now we can talk about the other good stuff. Now we talk about my favorite stuff, where I talk to you about this here, month of February. I don't know why I'm doing an accent. I apologize. We talk about the good bits. So, number one, I want to highlight experience potions, because I think that with the newest additions to the game, people are going to be very hyped about the newest class. They're going to be hyped about, grinding a new character. There's going to be a lot of people coming to play ESO. I think that this year gave a lot of people exactly what they want, but also importantly too, for us people who parse and do other things, a lot of these other consumables are going to be going up in value as well, because people are going to actually be parsing again. But there's also going to be an increased need for things like fish, so our TAM fish bowls are going to go up because you'll probably have more people fishing. So generally when you see an uptick in the economy, you see an uptick in everything. Everyone needs everything, to put it lightly, because there's more players, there's more demand. What demand is being filled, that's for you, the trader, to figure out. That you, as the person listing your items, you have to figure out, is there an over demand or is there an oversupply? But this is the list that I, help, with you guys. So as far as sets, well, unfortunately, I planned this video originally when White Strikes Mayhem was going to occur to hit on some good PvP sets, but that won't be happening for a little bit, unfortunately. So these are just some general good sets that you are able to sell, as well as some really nice ways to convert some of your AP. These are probably the sets that I would purchase. These are the sets I purchase when I am buying AP pots, so that I can convert my gold into that nice little currency. Imperial City, same kind of ballpark here, with things that you're able to get / sell. Craftable sets, same business, nothing really added. Would I hit upon anything? And the answer to that is actually yes. I think that Heartland is going to become more and more popular. You might think to yourself, Jake, that's very specific. Why Heartland? And that is actually because it can be used to give you experience. Now, when I found that I hit upon this in a video, I noticed that a lot of people were asking and requesting me to craft it. So I would say that there's a good chance that because more and more people are talking about using Heartland, which gives you basically a double weapon trait, which includes the training trait, so you get a bunch of extra training. So it has been used and more popularized around people who need training gear. So overall, I would say it's been touched upon a lot this month, and I think it could see a big boon. As far as the others, I don't necessarily see a whole lot. I would say that if you're in the writ market, it's probably time to convert and get out, because when they release the ability to have an all-in-one attunable station, if they go through with that, you will probably see a stark drop in your sales, because most guild leaders aren't going to be paying 75 to 150 million now in attunable tables. So they're going to have lots of extra free gold. A lot of writ sellers are going to have a lot of extra writs. So everything that's sold with writs as a currency is probably going to go down and basically plummet to the point where it's almost worth as 1-to-1 as like Telvar. I could see a ridiculous drop like that. But as far as these other pieces, companion gear, definitely potentially going to see an uptick in that. New companions coming out. That could definitely be a really good venture for people. But they are also being dropped at an increased rate during the event. So this could also be a good time if you're a buyer to start sniping some cheap companion gear, specifically those, I believe, with the vigorous trait. I always love the increased health or the reduced damage ones for your companion. I think that's the best way to build a companion personally. Furniture, I actually plan to make a whole video on furniture sales. And I actually also plan to talk more about treasure maps again, because I always like to update older content with newer types of videos, as well as kind of giving new information that I didn't previously have. So that's going to wrap up the other section and actually wrap up the month of February. It's going to be a bit of a downer, but I would say it's still going to be on the high overall of the previous month, of where everything was, everyone was so excited. The excitement from January 25th has definitely seeped into the month of February, and I would definitely say that's going to see an uptick in player count. And there's nothing wrong with sniping some good deals on these things now if you can find them to sell them at a later date. Because once the population skyrockets, around when these new classes and things are released, and endless dungeons and all this other, hype and all these things start to get released, you're going to see a lot of sales. And I love y'all, and I want you guys to profit as much as possible. So that is the note that I will be leaving you on. But I do have a question of the day. Why should you answer the question of the day? That's not the question of the day. Because you are entered into the giveaway. We do 3 giveaway drawings. And most recently, we've added the addition of the funniest comment, because sometimes your comments make me laugh hysterically while I'm working, and sometimes my work sucks. So making me laugh, always a positive. So 1 comment will be the funniest comment of the month. 1 comment will be just any comment. And then the third one is going to be a random subscriber. So by being subscribed, you are entered into all of those giveaways. And as a nice little easy, question of the day, we're bringing it back. I just want to know, what other types of short form / long form live stream content do you enjoy seeing? Obviously doing a lot of projects. Even if it's something I've done in the past, what do you enjoy seeing? I think there's always like this rush to do new things, and sometimes I feel like it's good to go back and either update videos that are old or highlight ones that were done well. That way I can look at that and go, yeah, that was done pretty well. So if you have a video that you thought was very helpful or very informative, or live stream type that you think is very helpful, informative, if you wouldn't mind just letting me know so that I can kind of help replicate that in the future when I make videos and see what worked well in that video. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.
You better remember to like and subscribe to Jake Clips. Or you should. I might have to pluck your eyes if you don't. Or, better yet, I'll skip rope with your entrails. Do it now. Subscribe. Ta-ta. Off with you.
I also definitely owe you guys a post-outro section, because I feel like this has just been a very rushed week, and I'm very excited to get to the weekend and actually start working on ESO videos again, because I'm just overall just very excited, to take my hype and excitement for ESO and kind of push it into you. Or, you guys also do the same thing where you guys are excited about things and we're excited together, and then I feel that excitement come back into me. So overall, I love making videos and content with you guys, and I just want to thank you guys again for that. And you already know, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.